Okay, folks, we're back. Day 7. The Pikmin did not bring back the onion. Did not bring the pig. I did not bring back the Pikmin to the onion. All vanished overnight. It may well be that they have fallen prey to the planet and nocturnal creatures. An ugly thought. Perhaps that is why they follow me into the atmosphere. I am starting to grasp the cycles of life in the planet. Okay, apparently when I ended the video, it turned out that I left some. I can't. The Pikmins weren't. The Pikmins that I left behind and got the other one, it turned out that they weren't close enough to the ship to actually proclaim to get into to proceed to get into the onion and take off. So, yeah. So, yeah, I left 62 behind. F me, apparently. So let's go back in there and collect those last 4 pieces. Now I'm pretty sure we're not gonna really need the yellow Pikmins at the moment, but I will have to procrastinate in getting them. So let's regenerate. So hopefully we can regenerate. Well, we got plenty of those. Alright, first of all, let's get the fire Pikmins because I gotta go get that last one. That last Libra. Or Libra. Somebody let me know what that is, how it's pronounced. And I gotta collect more blue Pikmin apparently. So what we're gonna do is collect more blue Pikmins. So yeah, I guess that was a total of 60 Pikmins left behind. So what we're gonna do right here, collect as many blue Pikmins as possible. And as you can see, this guy right here is guarding an item up ahead, so we're not gonna tolerate him just yet. Not just yet. What we need to do is gather these up. I think it takes like at least 20 or more Pikmins to take that damn frog down. Oh yeah, I did mention. All right, as you can see, there are some bottom parts right here that's in the bottom that you see right. Bleh. Okay, let me repeat. As you can see, there are some bottom mushrooms and fungi and stuff like that. That was some leftover stuff from the beta version that was intended to be in the game, because there was a whole big difference from compared to the final version and the beta version. There isn't really much. Now the Impact original plot for the game was to the player, he was supposed to at least carry all the parts, and you had completely 1 day, as it was rumored. But I'm not sure if that was a rumor or not. I actually just read that up. You had to find a few remaining parts of the ship. You have to find every last bit of it, and you only had to do it in 1 day, which is kind of a spoof to Luigi's Mansion, where you had to find where you had to save Mario in 24 hours. But they changed that plan. And what do you know? They decided to see as it's a little bit too difficult, so yeah. And another thing about it was the enemies were a lot bigger than Omar. They were like the baby enemies that I fought earlier in the game. They were like the same size as Omar. And if you can look on the internet, there's a whole difference. There's a slight difference in the beta version as well. But yeah. And there's a little part which is the Libra. My daughter gave this to me. My late return must have her very worried. Okay, I just have one more piece. That should be increase the ship's capability. As you can see, I'm trying to take this thing out because yeah, he has what I need. So we're gonna take it back as soon as possible. Hopefully nothing gets in the way. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, that frog was guarding this part right here. And it's guarded by another frog. So we're going to take care of him in a minute. So I'm going to cut through and come back with more Pikmin to spare. And yes, there's enemies down there as well that I need to take out because there's another piece of the item that's missing. Okay, I'm back. Now pretty much I had to dig up some Pikmin and ground them up, but I managed to get a few nectar out, the nectar carrier, to provide me some nectar so I can get some. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't get crushed. Surprisingly enough, they didn't get crushed. But yeah, I had to go down and collect a few parts and collect a few more Pikmins for that one. But before I get that, let's check out this item right here, shall we? It's the anti-Dixon filter. Anti-deoxin filter. This fills over the rocket's exhaust ports and filters out all disease-causing agents from the ship's exhaust. That means I'll be able to move around without polluting the planet's atmosphere. I feel worlds better. Okay. Okay, so it turns out, okay, wow, we're going to need more pigments than that one, so, yeah, what we're going to do right here is get the rest of the remainings from this part right here, get some more pellets, get 10 pellets over here, because I'm going to need all the help I can, so, let's see, how many pigments it needs to carry this. Alright, we're gonna, since this one carries more, multiply that. Since this one carries more, we're gonna use this, we're gonna take this one back. Of course, you already know, since carry that over, multiply the pellet, which has 5 on there, multiply that times 2, you get 10 more Pikmin into that one, so yeah. But for the most part of it, while we get back, we should have, let's see, how many Pikmin do we have here? Blue Pikmins, actually. Oh yeah, Captain Omar was like the same, the Pikmins were, in the beta version, the Pikmins were the same height as Captain Omar in the beta version of the game, so that's pretty much a nice discovery to notice. And since, well, got short timing, we can pick this thing up right here because that has been there since I started this LP, ever since I came to this level. And there's room, you better go help him out. But yeah, I need to hurry up and get this part. I'm gonna grab these Pikmins because they're going to be I'm going to need them. And hopefully, this should be enough, actually, as a matter of fact. Because I need to go to the bottom part. So I need to go all the way to the other end. Because there is something over... There's a hard little enemy over there where I have yet went. But I should be able to go right... I must go right now. So, first, I take these guys out first. And how the hell... I'm not going to comment. Okay, for the most part of it, we're going to... And these little guys are crazy. They're serious. We're going to take care of these... We're going to take care of these guys first. Okay, so he took care of one, so what we're going to try and do is avoid him and gang him. So I guess we're going to take these back as remaining, so in case they try to come back to life and put themselves back together, we're going to take them to the back. As mighty collections in order to make up. Now, this boss. And as I was saying, geez, hopefully I can't get disturbed. This boss right here, you have to be exactly careful When he lays on his back, that's when you have to throw Pikmin. Throw as many as you can. And abandon him while you still can. Because he's going to fall back. And he's going to throw. And this is the part what happens. And what do we find here? I found my Omega Stabilizer. Stabilizer. I absolutely must have this piece of my battered ship is ever to fly straight again. Oh, it steered me through countless deep space storms that it looks rather cool. So apparently, yeah, Omar, you pretty much must have it. So if you must have that, you must have more than that fungi thing. Oh God, I have to. Well, we need 30 Pikmin, so we're gonna come back to that. And oh Lord have mercy. I hope all my Pikmin are back at the campsite. Alright, I'm just praying to God. That's another part of the game. You get stuck in the fire, which is glitchable and more bugs. Wait, matter of fact, where are my Pikmin, first of all? Okay. Apparently they're all back at the campsite, so that's a relief. So we're going to cut through here and go to the campsite. Okay. All the Pikmins are going back to the ship, so I'm counting my blessings for that one. So, thank God Almighty. And I made it, and I barely died. Almost died, I mean, jeez. Yeah, this game takes a whole lot of math. And no Pikmin were left behind, so, man. And this is the same impact, of course. They're just repeating the same thing, so. For the most part of it, we'll see you guys in part 11. Until then, yeah.